Alright, so let's look at 42 through 45, hopefully. We can get through all those. So, determine whether this function is one-to-one. So, the easiest way I can think of how to figure out if a function is one-to-one is think of it graphically. And what you have to do is make sure it passes the horizontal line test. So, if you had to say a parabola, it does not pass the horizontal line test. It hits twice. A horizontal line will hit twice. That is not one-to-one. It does not have an inverse function. So, if you look at these, at this graphically, this right here it's a linear equation. That's a line. And except for horizontal lines, which this is not horizontal because it has a slope of 8, it's going to be one-to-one. So this is one-to-one because it passes the horizontal line test. So it says determine. That's how we can determine that graphically. It passes the horizontal line test. Now, what's the inverse to this? Well, we change that to a y. We would switch out the x and the y, and then solve for y. So there's my inverse. And you can always, put this in the graphing calculator and look at it and see if it's one-to-one. Let's do that. Let's look at this one and see what it looks like if it's one-to-one. Clear this all off. We'll put a 3 in. Let's divide that by x plus 8. Divide that by x plus 8. And then we graph it. So you got that little curvature, right? So that would be one-to-one. It would pass the horizontal line test. It's going to pass the horizontal line test. So it's one-to-one. So let's find out what that would be. Y equals 3 over x plus 8. Switch out the x and the y. By the way, the functions that's not going to be one-to-one would be the absolute value of x, right? Because it's a v. It won't pass the vertical line test or horizontal line test. Anything to remember those even-powered parabolas. What else would do? Oh yeah, then the 1 over x squared, 1 over x to an even power. Those would not be one-to-one. The even functions are not one-to-one. Okay, so let's find this inverse. So I'm going to multiply both sides by the denominator. And that will get rid of the denominator over here. It gets rid of the fraction on that side. You're left with 3 over here. So I'm going to go ahead and distribute my x. And now I want to move the 8 over. And I'll divide by x. So y is equal to 3 minus 8x over x. And then you change that to that inverse notation. And if you want to divide both those by x, you can. And say 3 over x minus 8x over x. And then the x's here would cancel. There would be your inverse. So, all right, I'll do the next two in a new video.